Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Impartial justice and access to the courts is a right guaranteed to every citizen in this country. Across the street from this chamber, Lady Justice sits blindfolded on the steps of the Supreme Court, so we can all be reminded that justice should be blind. Today we are debating yet another Republican bill restricting access to the courts to only those with deep pockets. H.R. 2647 continues the alarming trend of Republican-sponsored legislation that proposes to limit the average American's access to the courts so polluters that line the pockets of politicians with campaign contributions can continue to profit. H.R. 2647 requires that a citizen post a bond challenging the United States government's forest management activities. This bond must cover all of defendants' anticipated costs, expenses, and attorney's fees to be paid if the defendant prevails. In the rare occasion plaintiffs are successful, they will only be able to recover the amount posted in the bond and can only if they win can recover only if they win exactly on all counts. The government, however, does not have to cover any of the plaintiff's costs. Requiring the posting of a bond that could be as costly as tens of thousands of dollars undermines citizen access to the courts when a party believes the government failed to follow the law. The individual consumer, nonprofit organization, small business, or public interest group does not have the financial ability to challenge large corporations or, more often, the federal government, which citizens believe is harming their communities or environment. By allowing citizens to recover their reasonable legal fees when they file suit and win in court, you encourage Americans to participate in public discourse and to hold the government accountable. Rollbacks to judicial review and imposition of attorney's fees upon plaintiffs, along with legislative interference with key judicial powers contemplated in H.R. 2647, cripples the ability of those concerned with environmental protection and seek.
30 seconds.
Thank you. And it cripples the ability of those concerned with environmental protection to seek representation and redress in the courts. I urge my colleagues to vote no on this bill, and with that, I yield back.
Gentleman yields back the